Hi guys, how's it going? Hope you're well. Um, just a very quick training from me on how to handle one of the most common objections, which is money or lack of money. So guys, take a moment to get a notepad and a pen because this training is going to be very good quality. Now, what I'm about to go through, you can pick, you can choose, you can use a combination, okay? So you've done all the exposures, you've prospected, and then somebody tells you that they don't have enough money. It's very, very common. So whenever I put my hand up in this training, whenever I put my hand up, it's to say that it's a trainer timeout, okay, just so that I can add some notes to what I'm saying. So the very first thing that I say is, is it just money that's putting you off joining? Just to clarify, if money was not an issue, would you sign up? Now, trainer pause. The reason why that's important is because there may be another issue. And sometimes people just use money as an excuse. They've got the money, but it's something else. So they think by saying that, then they can just kind of, wriggle away. Okay, so it's just to clarify, is that the actual issue? So I will say it like that, is it just money putting you off? If money was not an issue, would you sign up today? So it's really important because if there is, sometimes I'll say, if there is another issue, just let me know because then I can address it. So for example, if they may have a hidden issue that they think it's a scam or they think it's a pyramid. So I really try to kind of clarify, is it just money? If I get a sense that it is genuinely money that's putting them off, then I'll kind of go on to these other things. So the first step is clarifying, is it just money? And really kind of drilling down that it is money that's putting them off joining. Because if that's the only objection, then we can handle it. So I asked them this question. Let me ask you, and I always say this, if I were to offer you my Mercedes Benz for £200, would you find the money? And often they'll smile and say yes, especially if I'm buying my car, I'll point to me, you don't have to buy a car. You can just say it in general. You can say, if I were to offer you my Ferrari, you may not have a Ferrari, but you can say it anyway. Okay, if I were to offer you my Mercedes Benz for £200, would you find the money? They often smile and say, yeah. You'd find it within minutes, of course, and you can replace the car with anything, a gold bar, whatever it may be, something of high value. And often they will say, yes, I would, of course. Then I say, it's not that you're broke. It's not that you don't have the money. You just don't value the opportunity. You just don't value, like what I've said, if you've just done a presentation. And often that will get them thinking, because let's think of it. In reality, if they did value the opportunity as they would a Mercedes Benz or a gold bar, whatever it may be, of course they'll find the money. If they genuinely saw it as something that could make them multiple six figures, for example, they would find the money. So often it's not that they're broke, they just don't value it. So I would say that explicitly to get them thinking. This one's a bit controversial, so only use this one if you think it's appropriate. Sometimes I would say, look, some people are not broke, they're poor. I won't say them because it's a bit personal. I'll say some people. Some people, they're not broke, they're poor. P-O-O-R. They pass over opportunity repeatedly, again, to get them thinking. Then I will often leverage the story of Shabazz. There's a young man in our academy who, at the age of 21 years old, heard the presentation, just like you did, but decided that it wasn't for him. And then it was said to him that, he was poor, passing over opportunity repeatedly. So when he did decide to sign up, he had to sell his PlayStation in order to sign up because he was on job seekers allowance. Now, I then kind of follow up that story by talking about how the average house has on average £800 worth of stuff that they can sell on an auction website, for example, eBay. Okay, so if money is genuinely the issue, not only have we made them think, but now we're giving them practical solutions and giving an example. Shabazz had to sell his PlayStation, and then I'll go on to talk about how now, not only is he a six-figure trader, but he's also earning 50,000 every single month. Incredible. And he sold his PlayStation. So that's a great example to use, but give them that practical advice. Look around your home. is there anything that you could sell on eBay, on Amazon? Can you borrow it from a friend or family? Now, bearing in mind that the sign-up fee is under £200. We're not talking about going out and borrowing 6K or 10K. We're talking about borrowing £200. They may have a family member that would be more than happy to lend them £200 to start a business. You can even promise to pay them back at a certain point. You can put it on a credit card. This is a low enough amount to put on a credit card and not cripple you, if that makes sense. It's not that, those companies that ask you to put, tens of thousands on a credit card. This is £200, like a pair of shoes. I regard it as good debt. It's something that you're speculating to accumulate. So there's some good suggestions there, some alternatives. Sometimes I will say, depending on who I'm speaking to, if at the age of 20 years, 30 years, however old they are roughly, you have to kind of make a guesstimate. If at the age of 20 years old plus, and or you've been working in the UK for 3 years plus, and you don't have a spare £200 to start a business, you need this opportunity more than anyone. And that one normally hits home. That one normally hits home. If the others don't hit home, that one hits home. Imagine you've been working as a grown adult for over 3 years and you don't have a spare £200. That's a situation. And that's why you need this opportunity more than anyone. Now, of course, we're going through a global crisis right now, and they may have the mindset that they want to save whatever money they have because of the crisis. What I'm saying to people now is that, look, the money that you have, if you have that mentality, it's going to finish, because all you're going to do is eat into it and eat into it. Why not speculate to accumulate? Your money would just shrink by spending it. But here, you have the potential to grow it. Bearing in mind that they have a 7-day risk-free trial, so they could trial it out for 7 days and then get a full no quibble refund. So it's not as big a leap of faith as it sounds. They can trial it for 7 days, but they should speculate to accumulate rather than allowing that money to shrink. So it's shrinking money versus potential growth. And here's the last one I want to hit you with. This one's quite powerful. So again, you've got this person that's saying they don't have the money. You could say this: why don't you get 5 people on my next webinar or PBR when we're out of quarantine? Why don't you get 5 people onto my next webinar? There's one starting in 3 hours, or there's one starting at 9 o'clock, whenever the next one is. Yeah, we're doing blitzes, so there's always one around the corner. Why don't you get 5 people onto my next webinar? Make a list now. So I get them to make a list there and then. Write down 5 names right now, or even 10 names. When they sign up, they're going to go straight under you. And you could potentially start earning a residual income. You could go 2 and 3 straight away. We had someone join on Wednesday, and they went 2 and 3 in half an hour. Okay. But they have to sign up. So they have to have the money at the time ready to sign up. Otherwise, those people are going to go under me. So you're creating that urgency. Why don't you create a list of 5 people? Make that list now. When they sign up, they'll go under you. That excites them. They're like, oh, wow, I could start my business. As I start, I've already got people under me. Wow. They get this feeling of momentum already. And they can start to hit, P150, P600, and so forth. They create an explosion before they've even got started. So they can see the value of joining and seeing that instant success. But remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. So whatever action you've given them, whether it's to go and sell something on eBay, whether it's to find 5 people, follow up with them. Put a time or a date to follow up with them. Guys, I hope that was useful. Just a very quick, these trainings are exclusive for the Peaky Blinders group. So guys, have a great Friday. As you see, I'm experimenting with this background. I'm sure it was glitchy and all sorts. It is what it is, but it's all good. Guys, have a great day. Take care. And guys, I will see you at the top, because the bottom is far too crowded. Guys, take care. All the best.